a work in progress, and you most likely are too. And honestly, it's beautiful. When I look back on who I was 3 years ago, I don't even recognize her. I don't. But there are other times when I can't even tell past me and curate me apart from each other. What is that about? On my journey towards healing, I have made great strides. And I've also made mistakes that have quite almost undone everything that I've worked so hard for up until that point. It's like I'm stacking blocks one at a time on top of one another. And then, almost unprovoked, without much reason, I just topple them all over. But this process of stacking blocks repeats itself over and over and over again. And it can feel like I've made no progress. But that, in and of itself, is the process of progress. Today, I wanted to talk about being a work in progress because all of us are bound to this inevitable process. And it's never really finished or completed until we're dead. As dark as that sounds, the process just never ends until we ourselves and our lives end. Now, I've curated 5 lessons around this subject, and I'll take you through each and every one. Let's go. Lesson 1. Growth is not linear. Growth is not a destination in the sense of you're going from point A to point B, and that's it. Growth is more up and down, continuously, but gradually over the course of time, if you look at it, it's ultimately going up. For example, there are going to be days where you feel like you've made major progress, and then it's going to be contrasted by days where you feel like you've taken so many steps backward that it just completely undid all the things that you worked so hard for. And in some cases, you make no progress, or it seems that way, and you're in a place of stagnation, which can sometimes feel worse than backtracking. But overall, this process of up and down, going forward and 2 steps backwards, is the process of progress. Lesson 2. Celebrate small wins. As I've previously highlighted in my recent video, celebrating small wins is crucial for making progress. Do not wait just to celebrate the big achievements and wins. That's easy to do. Instead, challenge yourself to celebrate the small wins, which are much harder to find but worth it. Because truthfully, that's the real challenge, is being able to find and locate those small wins. Most of us struggle with this. The small wins aren't as blatantly obvious as the big ones are. So identifying them will help you along your journey. Lesson 3. Comparison is the thief of joy. This one speaks to my soul because I struggle with this more than I care to admit. Way more than I care to admit. It's so easy to compare yourself to other people and to then feel inadequate when you think about their successes and their great feats and compare them to your own. Comparison truly is a thief of joy. But it's important to remember that we all are operating on our own timeline, on our own path, and it's not right or fair to compare yourself to other people and what they're doing and what they've done. Because quite frankly, you wouldn't want to walk in their shoes. You don't know what they've been through, their internal struggles, their thoughts, anything that they've gone through. You don't know what that's like. You only know your story and what you've been through. And I think you prefer that one. I think you would. Therefore, it's important to focus on yourself and your own path compared to anybody else's path. And if you are going to compare yourself to your past self. Lesson 4. Done is better than perfect. Perfection, as you all may know, is impossible to strive for. And quite frankly, it's a myth. It's not real, and it doesn't exist. This is something I can tell myself constantly because I struggle with this a lot. But over the course of a few years, more recently, I've learned that completing the task, submitting the assignment, whatever it may be, is infinitely better than trying to abide by some unattainable standard, something that you can't even reach that's, again, not real. So don't fuss over the fine details of things. Just get it done, whatever it may be. Just get it done. Do not try to perfect it. Do not waste your energy and time on it. Just get it done. And through that, you'll learn along the way. You will learn a lot. Lesson 5. Our story can inspire others. Your unique path is making an impact on others all around you, whether you like it or not. Just gotta say. People you may not know are looking up to you and admiring you from afar, or maybe up close. They see your many ups and downs, your battles, your struggles, and they also see the resiliency at the core of it all. They see you pushing through every obstacle, and it inspires them. Not only does it just inspire them, but it makes them want to continue on whatever their battles are. And I say this because I personally have been inspired by other people and their struggles and their stories. It pushed me to keep going. So in the same way it pushed me, I'm sure it can push you. We are constantly changing and evolving, and there is so much beauty in that. And honestly, that's what makes life worth living. There is beauty in being a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, as I said at the beginning of this video. You are a work in progress. We all are. That is what makes us unique in our nature. So keep that in mind as you have what seems like endless setbacks paired with endless accomplishments. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a different style for me, and I'm just testing things out as I go along this YouTube journey of mine. So if you like this and it resonated with you in some way, don't forget to like, comment, share, and ultimately subscribe. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite.